Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and it is day 2, an opening home opener for the A's. I am Justin Hurt, live here from Cavalier Field in Dodge City, Kansas. We are set for the home opener between the Dodge City A's and the Liberal BeeJays. It was the BeeJays coming away last night with the road win at Brent Gould Stadium in Liberal, Kansas. It was a 11-1 run rule that ended in 7, and it was the BeeJays. They just started scoring early and scored often. The A's were a little bit unsettled, struggled a little bit at the plate, but ultimately, we learned a few things and come away with a better understanding of how to swing the bat and are looking to make some improvements based on tonight's game. A similar lineup from what we saw last night. A few new guys that they're rotating into the lineup, and so we'll see that here shortly. Let's go ahead and hear from head coach Chris Woodruff and his take on last night's game and what he's looking for the next round. Well, I apologize for that. We're having a technical difficulty. So while I'm getting that set up, it is the home opener for the Dodge City A's, and we're going to go ahead and hear from. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Game 2 of the season, and I'm here with head coach Chris Woodruff. Chris, last night, not quite the way we wanted to start the season, but I think we learned a few things. And what was your perspective, and what do you think?
Definitely, like I said, it was day 1. We're still learning names, so it was one of those. We were just basically rolling guys out that got here early enough to be comfortable in the lineup. And again, same thing today. We're rolling kind of a new group out there that has gotten a couple days underneath their feet to get accustomed out here in Kansas. So it's not what we expected, not what we wanted for sure, but again, not a total surprise, just because we are still getting our feet underneath us, and guys are getting still a feel for their pitches and for their ABs and everything like that. So we'll battle again today and get a little bit more traction and get it going.
Definitely. One of the big things, and I know especially for the Dodge City guys, they swing aluminum bats during the season, and in this league they're swinging wood bats. Is that a difference, and how do you help those guys adjust for that?
I would say yes and no. I mean, it's one of those where some of these guys, I'm sure, grew up swinging it throughout the summer and playing in wood bat leagues and stuff. But for other guys, it's one of those where first game out, you're seeing a guy that's upper 8s. You're looking at it and you're like, I don't want to saw my bat off first game out and stuff like that. So you may be a little timid, a little gun shy there. So some of those guys, like I said, that's more of what I saw. Guys were just kind of not mentally ready to kind of get the bat off their shoulder and get it going, and that's honestly the biggest difference. But then on the other end, you see Will, who started for us. The stat line didn't look too good, but I think he sawed off 3 or 4 bats last night against different guys, and all of those hits, contact ended up being hits flaring over guys' heads, and that's just, he's making good pitches, and with a metal bat, it may just be a ground out or something like that, or a light little flare out to outfielder that's easily caught. But in this league with wood, it's going to flare, a little less, a little more spin, and it's going to find a little bit more, green out there. So it works both ways, and you just hope you're on the better side of it when it's working for you. It's working for you, right?
Indeed. Final thoughts. We're home for the first time. We're in the friendly confines of Cavalier Field. Are the guys excited, and what do you tell them to get ready for a home opener?
Oh, definitely. Like I said, we got 3-4 Dodge City, college guys, but we also do have 1 Dodge City native. So, especially for like Ruby, I'm sure he's grown up coming to the ballpark in the summer. So this is fun. I know he's excited to come out here and play in front of his friends and family. But also, guys have heard about it. It is a little bit of a launching pad here, and looking at the wind right now, it's blowing dead out. So it's definitely going to be, a fun game, fun atmosphere, and, nothing's better than a home opener. So looking forward to it.
Indeed. Looking forward to what we can do tonight, and good luck, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Again, that was head coach Chris Woodruff talking about opening day at Cavalier Field, and you can't help but feel excited as right now our guys are going into the lineups, and we're going through pregame, and we'll be with you here just shortly at the top of the hour with first pitch. And we are back live from Cavalier Field in Dodge City, Kansas. It is the home opener for the A's, hosting the Liberal BeeJays. Again, last night the A's traveled to Liberal, and it was Liberal coming away with the 11-1 win. And so it is the A's that are hoping to flip script tonight. Let's go ahead and take a look at our starting lineups. We'll start with the visiting Liberal BeeJays. Leading off, first baseman, number 2, Gavin Brzezowski. Batting second, left fielder, number 15, Keaton Grady. Batting third, shortstop, number 8, Luke Smith. Batting fourth, third baseman, number 11, Tice Armstrong. Batting fifth, second baseman, number 1, Caden Hensley. The designated hitter batting sixth, number 24, Jet Brown. Right fielder, number 7, Cooper Hext, batting seventh. Catcher, number 9, Chance Reisdorf, batting eighth. And center fielder number 4, Connor Westenberg, batting ninth. The starting pitcher for the BeeJays is 14, Brett Payne. Starting lineup for your Dodge City A's. Leading off is Matthew Sandoval, playing in left field. Batting second, first baseman number 14, Carson Wright. Batting third, right fielder number 8, Jacob Klonowski. Batting fourth is catcher number 18, Alex Cummings. Batting fifth, shortstop number 9, Brendan O'Sullivan. Batting sixth is center fielder number 22, Kyle Morrill. Batting seventh, second baseman number 23, Brock Denbo. Batting eighth, third baseman number 2, Andrew Ramirez. And running out the lineup for the A's is designated hitter number 4, Ruby Duran. Starting pitcher for your Dodge City A's is Bobby Yates. And we are just moments away from opening pitch here for the home opener of the Dodge City A's. And we will be getting started here just momentarily as Brzezowski is into the batter's box. And it is first pitch delivered at 7:01 for a strike. And we are underway. Yates delivers that one for strike number 2, and it was Brzezowski last night. Saw the Dodge City A's as well. We'll talk about that here in just a second. Brzezowski swings at that one, drives it up the line, Eights gives chase, tosses over to Carson Wright at first base, and records out number 1 of the game. And so that will bring up Keaton Grady. Grady also in the lineup last night for the BeeJays. Was on base 3 times. Keaton fouls that one off. Swings at a pitch towards the outside edge of the plate for strike number 2. Eights is dealing here in the early goings of this game, which is a good thing for the A's. They seem to struggle getting the BeeJays retired last night. That one's delivered down low in the turf for ball number 1. And Grady is caught looking on that one. I'm not real happy with himself, but is retired nonetheless. And that will bring up Luke Smith, the shortstop for the BeeJays. And Luke last night, another hard BJ to retire, struck out once, but was on base another 4 times. Luke Smith batting from the right hand, or hitting from the right-handed batter's box. That ball is delivered in the opposite batter's box for ball 1. Eights comes to Dodge City from Paris Junior College, played his freshman season there, made 12 appearances and 5 starts with a 3-1 record, 29.2 innings pitched. And they'll foul that ball off to even the count at 1. Again, we're in the top of the first inning here on the home opener for the Dodge City A's at Cavalier Field. So Eights in his career, or his freshman season at Paris Junior College, he had pitched 29.2 innings, 28 hits, 23 runs, 25 walked, 28 struck out with a 5.76 ERA. So it is a 2-1 count now to Luke Smith. Luke Smith makes contact with that one. It is popped up. It is Carson Wright over at first base. Haul that one in for the 1-2-3 inning. That's the way the A's wanted to start. And it will be Sandoval, Wright, and Klonowski due up for the A's here in the home frame of the first inning. You've been listening to A's Baseball.
number 3, Matt Sandoval.
Welcome back to Cavalier Field in Dodge City, Kansas. It is the home half of the first inning, and it is Matthew Sandoval leading off. Currently a 1-1 count for Sandoval. He'll foul that one back for strike number 2. Sandoval in the lineup last night as well. Struggled a little bit at the plate with a pop-up. Got on base with a walk, and then grounded out to first base. So struggled a little bit, and that was one of the things that Coach Woodruff talked about. That ball has made contact, driven out to left field, but it is Keaton Grady underneath it to haul it in for out number 1 for the A's.
Next up for the A's, first baseman, number 14, Carson Wright.
And that will bring up Carson Wright. Carson played here in Dodge City, played his freshman season for the Conquistadors, so someone that is familiar with the playing turf here at Cavalier Field. And Carson last night, he'll swing at that pitch for strike number 1. Carson last night, another Dodge City A. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of offense. 1 run on 2 hits last night for the Dodge City A's. That pitch is fouled back. Carson, in his first at bat, got on an error, then was a drop strike 3, and then a ground out. So Wright quickly down in the count 0-2. We'll look at that one over the plate for strike number 3. And we are now down quickly with 2 outs for the A's. And that will bring up right fielder Jacob Klinowski. Jacob didn't play last night, is new to the lineup. So he played his freshman season at Cal State East Bay this last spring. And looks at ball 1 down low. Klinowski in his freshman season started in 28 games and got 101 at bats. He will drive that one in the gap between first and second out into right field, and that is a base runner for the Dodge City A's, something that they didn't see a whole lot of last night. So with that base hit, that will now bring up catcher Alex Cummings.
Next up, number 18, the catcher, Alex Cummins.
Cummings, also another A that didn't get to play last night. He spent his time down in the bullpen warming up pitchers and is in the lineup tonight as catcher. He'll look at that one up high above the letters for ball number 1. Again, we have 1 runner on base, 2 outs so far here in the bottom of the first, and Cummings is currently in the count 1-0. He'll foul that one off and just outside the poles to even the count at 1. So you'll probably hear announcements being made throughout the game that they ask for foul balls to be returned. Younger kids can go gather up those foul balls and take them back to the concession stand and get money for those balls. Let's face it, baseballs are expensive, and so they need to get those balls back. That ball's delivered. It's inside and maybe a little bit low to make it 2-1 now. So a little bit of cloud cover starting to move in here at Cavalier Field. All of our home games will start at 7 p.m. So throughout the season, as you look at the A's schedule, you can go to Dodge City A's website and you can find the schedule. That ball is delivered down low to make it 3-1 now. So you can see the full Dodge City A's schedule, and every home game here at Cavalier Field starts at 7 p.m. some of our games here in a couple of weeks when we go out to Colorado will have earlier afternoon and early evening game time starts. That one's delivered up high and inside for ball number 4, and that will walk and put runners at first and second. So the A's have runners early in scoring position, and we're going to see the courtesy runner come into play now. So that is something that some of us aren't necessarily used to, but they do play with a courtesy runner in this league. And the courtesy runner for the A's is Michael Widener. So now at bat is Brendan O'Sullivan playing shortstop for the A's. He'll step into the right-handed batter's box, takes first pitch foul. O'Sullivan, another A that didn't play last night, but has come in. Sullivan played his freshman season at San Joaquin Delta College. Appeared in 42 games with 131 at-bats. So he'll look at that one down low for ball number 1. And he has 131 at-bats. Scored 27 runs on 40 hits with 11 extra base hits and drove in 22. He'll take that one and pop it up back and out of play. So not only did he drive in 22, walked 10 times, struck out 19, and stole 4 bases. So Sullivan is this type of player that can definitely run. Excited to see what can happen here. Stare down Brett Payne, the pitcher for the Liberal BeeJays. He'll deliver a curveball up towards the top, but nonetheless, strike 3 looking, and that ends the A's threat. So in the bottom of the first, there were no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on. That will bring up Armstrong, Hensley, and Brown for the BeeJays here in the top of the second. You've been listening to A's Baseball.
All right, fans, the Ford County Suicide Coalition has a booth set up down by the concession stand. If you would like more information, please stop by. We are also pleased to announce that the Dodge City A's team store is open for a limited time with a variety of t-shirts, tank tops, crew neck sweatshirts, hoodies, and youth apparel.
Oh yeah, not bad.
Many of these items are offered in some of our favorite A's colors, but also
I like
in
having
red
two,
and
actually.
blue for any supporters
I really
of
gotta
the
pay
Youth
attention.
A's program. The link for this team store can be found on the Dodge City A's Facebook page. Don't miss this opportunity to get the newest gear at the team store, and as it will close at midnight on June 12th.
Yeah. I don't mind doing game changers. It's fun. I agree.
Welcome back to Cavalier Field. It is the top of the second on the home opener for the Dodge City A's, and it is Tice Armstrong. He'll look at a fastball for strike 1. Tice Armstrong was a strikeout victim one time last night, but also got on base and scored twice. So that ball is grounded back to Aids, who flips over to Carson Wright for out number 1.
Now up to second baseman number 1, Kate.
And that will bring up Caden Hensley, who bats from the left side. And he will look at a fastball just on the outside edge for ball number 1. He'll look at that fastball on the inside for ball number 2. Hensley last night is now 3-0. So the A's pitching staff is doing a better job tonight, not struggling quite as much, looking a little more comfortable on the mound. That'll be a strike on the inside or the outside edge of the plate. 3-1 the count. Now that was something that Coach talked about last night. That one also delivered towards the outside edge of the plate for strike number 2. Talked about just being comfortable, and we talked about the difference between swinging wood bats, but also just not fidgeting at the plate. That ball's fouled off down low, and we'll repeat the full count over again. So far, the A's do look more comfortable in the batter's boxes, looking a little more confident, and that's something that's going to come throughout the season. You'll see them seeing the ball better, and he'll take that one for strike number 3 looking. Now down quick, 2 down quickly in this inning, and that will bring up Jet Brown, the designated hitter for the BeeJays. Jet Brown last night was a strikeout victim against the A's. It was retired twice and then on base twice. Never did get to come around and score, though. So he will step in and face Bobby Yates, who has been dealing so far early in this game. Yates will deliver, look like maybe a changeup towards the outside edge of the plate for strike number 1. And Yates is pitching for the A's, and Alex Cumming catching as the battery. He'll swing and miss at that one for strike number 2, and the BeeJays are quickly looking to go down 1-2-3 in this inning as well. Yates delivers. He'll swing at that one down low. It's a drop strike 3. They'll throw down to first to complete the out, and indeed the Liberal BeeJays go down 1-2-3. And we are headed to the bottom of the second, where it will be Morrill, Denbo, and Ramirez up for the Dodge City A's. You've been listening to A's Baseball.
Batting for the A's, the center fielder, number 22, Kyle Morrill.
Welcome back to Cavalier Field. It is the bottom of the second for the Dodge City A's facing the Liberal BeeJays. And it is Kyle Morrill at bat, playing center field for the A's tonight. Down 0-1 in the count. That one's popped up out in left field territory, foul. And it is Tice Armstrong hauling that one in.
Second baseman, number 23, Brock Denbo.
And that will bring up Brock Denbo playing second base. Brock was one of the players that helped out with the live stream last night, and I greatly appreciate the fact that Coach Woodruff is willing to send players up and help make this a good broadcast. That ball's delivered short in the turf to make it 2-0 to Denbo so far. So he'll look at that one. That's a fastball over the plate for strike number 1. And the A's are looking to try to flip the script from last night's 11-1 loss. That one's delivered down low for ball number 3. Currently 3-1 to Denbo in the bottom of the second. No real offense so far. The A's did have runners in scoring position, but unable to take advantage of that. And that one's delivered inside. Will be a leadoff, or rather not a leadoff, a walk to Denbo. And that will bring up Andrew Ramirez to the plate. Ramirez did get to play last night. In his early games with the A's was a strikeout victim, but also hit a single and came around, was in scoring position at third and just unable to take advantage of that opportunity to get in. That 1-run inning. That fastball is delivered over the plate for strike number 1 to Ramirez. So Denbo is down at first with a walk. Ramirez looking for a hit to try to move Denbo over into scoring position. That one's delivered outside in the opposite batter's box for ball number 1. He'll look at that one, gets underneath it, pops it up, catcher's up, looking at it, and catches it in foul territory for the out.
Next up for the A's, the DH, number 4, Ruby Duran.
And that will bring up Ruby Duran in the designated hitter spot tonight. Duran, another Dodge City, actually a Dodge City native. Played his freshman season at Dodge City Community College this year. He'll look at that one down low. Catcher pops up looking like he's going to pull a pickoff move. So Duran currently 1-0 in the count. Ruby served as catcher for the A's last night. Looks at that one down low for ball number 2. He also hit in the 9-hole. Flew out to the second baseman and grounded out on a 1-3 putout last night. It's not really a good night at the plate for Ruby, but he'll take that one. It's a lazy fly ball out towards second, but it out into the shallow outfield for the out, and that will end the A's threat. So in the bottom of the second, no runs, no hits, no errors. One was left on, and it is Hext, Reisdorf, and Westenberg that is due up for the BeeJays here in the top of the third. You've been listening to A's Baseball. Welcome back to Cavalier Field. It is the top of the third inning, and Cooper Hext leading off for the Liberal BeeJays, the left-handed hitter. He is now seeing 2 straight balls, missing just to the outside edge of the plate. Yates delivers that one. It's driven out towards right center field, and it is over the fence and gone for a solo shot. First run of the game for the Liberal BeeJays, and it is a missile ball hit over right center field. And that's something that we did hear Coach Woodruff talk about. You know, Cavalier does turn into a bit of a launching pad, and today the wind is blowing straight out to center field. So that one was hitting right in the power alley at 348 feet. So dimensions here at Cavalier Field, 330 down the line, both right and left field, 348 in the power alleys, right and left center, 404 to dead center. Yates will throw that one in and plunk Reisdorf. And that will bring up Connor Westenberg for the Liberal BeeJays. Westenberg also hitting the 9-hole last night for the BeeJays, strikeout victim, and was hit by pitch once that ultimately came around to score. So that one is delivered in for a strike to Westenberg. Top of the third for the Liberal BeeJays. They've already scored one on a solo shot to right center. He'll foul that one off down the left field line to go down in the count 0-2. The Liberal BeeJays last night, like I said, come away with that win 11-1. Westenberg will swing and miss at that one and go down strikes. And it is back to the top of the order for the BeeJays, and Gavin Brzezowski, who grounded out in his first at bat. Brzezowski last night also hit in the 1 hole, scored twice. Was actually walked twice as well. So Brzezowski, a left-handed hitter, will face Yates for the second time. And that one's delivered outside for ball number 1. He'll take that fastball and foul it off to even the count 1-1. Again, top of the third here at Cavalier Field in Dodge City, Kansas, and the A's are looking to flip the script from last night after the 11-1 run rule loss in Liberal. That one's delivered outside, now 2-1. For those of you looking at that, it's early in the season. Last night was the opener. Many of these guys are just starting to figure out how to work as a team and figuring out how the whole pieces fit together. It's 3-1 to Brzezowski. There's a lot of summer baseball left. That one, fastball delivered just on the inside edge. Brzezowski thought it might have been ball 4 and started to head down, but it wasn't. That one was outside. Ball 4 to Brzezowski, and that will bring up Keaton Grady, the left fielder for the BeeJays. Grady also hit in the 2-hole last night. Scored once. Was a strikeout victim in his first at bat here tonight. So steps into the left-handed batter's box. He'll take first pitch, foul it off towards the awnings over in the left field fence. For those of you, if you do come out to Dodge City A's home games, that is also, that area over there is where the beer cart's located. So you'll see a lot of fans over there. Grady will foul that one off straight down. Now, it looks like the Dodge City A's also have their players out already starting the 50-50 raffle. So that's another thing when you come out to Dodge City A's baseball. Come out and join us, partake in the 50-50 raffle. Your winning ticket is pulled. You get half of the proceeds from the night. And that one, that fastball slips out in the opposite batter's box for ball number 1. Grady will foul that one off as well, so we'll repeat the 1-2 over again. One of the good things about this summer and also being in the new league, the A's have moved to the Rocky Mountain League. We talked about it a little bit last night. Being in the Rocky Mountain means that we are now affiliated again with the NBC. And Grady will look at that one right on the inside edge of the plate. He'll go down looking on strikes. And that'll bring up shortstop Luke Smith for the BeeJays. Smith was a flyout victim, his first at bat. Smith is a bit of a small stature. That ball is delivered outside for ball 1. Luke Smith, playing for the Liberal BeeJays, has played at Grayson College and is from Corpus Christi. He'll look at that one. That one's delivered and outside for ball number 2. 2-0 the count. Runners on first and second for the BeeJays here in the top of the 3rd. Early in the broadcast, it was Parker Haskins night. So we want to thank Parker Haskins for their sponsorship of the Dodge City A's and what they do for us. That ball is down low in the turf and will be a pass, or rather a wild pitch. That'll move the Liberal BeeJays up to second and third now. Time is called and they'll step out. So the BeeJays now with runners at second and third, looking to try to take opportunities of this scoring. Already scored one on a solo shot in the leadoff. And another wild pitch. So it'll be a walk. Thankfully that ball comes back quick enough and the BeeJays are not able to take advantage of the wild pitch and score. So it's bases loaded for the Dodge City A's. It's Tice Armstrong coming to bat for the BeeJays. Coach Woodruff is going to take a stroll out to the mound and have a quick word with the pitcher. Going to bring the whole infield in, and we'll step aside. Be back with you here shortly.
Now up, number 11, Tice Armstrong.
It is Tice Armstrong stepping in for the BeeJays. Armstrong was a ground out victim in his first at bat. As bases loaded for the BeeJays. Yates delivers on that one, and it's fouled off for strike number one.
Those foul balls to the concession stand. You can shut it off.
One's delivered in for ball number one. Armstrong last night did hit a home run. He'll swing and miss at that one. Now down in the count 1-2. The A's are looking to get out of this one with limited damage done and hoping to leave the bases loaded for the Liberal BeeJays. That one's delivered just outside, maybe just a hair off the plate for ball number two. 2-2 the count. 2 outs here in the top of the third for the Liberal BeeJays. Yates delivers that one, just hit off the end of the bat for a hit out into right center field. And that will score 2. That will extend the BeeJays lead to 3-0 here in the top of the third. That will bring up Caden Hensley for the BeeJays as well. Hensley steps into the left-handed batter's box. Deliver that one over the outside edge of the plate. Strike number 1. Clouds are starting to thicken up here in Dodge City. There is a chance of rain later on this evening, so again, hopefully like last night, after that ball's delivered out, they'll take the fielder's choice, flip over to second for the out, and that will end the inning for the BeeJays.
All right, baseball fans, we're going to have our players and travel going on tonight. Some of the A's players going through the crowd. You can buy a ticket for $1.
That ends the Liberal BeeJays threat. 3 runs on 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on, and it is back at the top of the order for the A's with Sandoval, Wright, and Klinowski. You've been listening to A's Baseball.
Donate some love to these guys. New pitcher for the BeeJays, number 10, Paul Bonzani.
Welcome back to Cavalier Field in Dodge City, Kansas. I'm Justin Hergert here calling the game. And the Liberal BeeJays have made the call to the bullpen in Paul Bonzani, the right-handed pitcher, to come in, try to slow the A's down a little bit and maintain the lead that the BeeJays were able to take advantage of in the top of the third. It is Matthew Sandoval, the left fielder, leading off for the A's. Sandoval was a fly-out victim. His first at bat, he'll look at a fastball outside for ball number 1. Bonzani for the BeeJays. Comes from Weatherford College, a native of Grapevine, Texas. And Sandoval will take that one and drive it just outside of the outstretched arms of the second baseman for a base hit. And that's a leadoff runner for the A's to bring up first baseman Carson Wright. Carson was a strikeout victim in his first at bat. He'll step in and face Bonzani for the first time. He'll take and ground that one right back up the middle as well. The second baseman diving for it. Sandoval rounded second, going to third. Wright's caught in a pickle. And the rundown works. They get Wright out, but it also allows Sandoval to come around and score, so the A's have a runner or a run now. And after that pickle, that was quite a rundown. We'll talk about that here in just a second. That brings up now Jacob Klinowski for the Dodge City A's. Bonzani delivers that one for ball number one. So in that rundown, some good base running by the A's to manufacture some offense. That one's delivered outside for ball number two. That one's fouled off now, 2-1. He'll swing and miss at that one to even the count at 2. There's one out so far. The A's have scored one. Matthew Sandoval came around to score on that base hit that ended up in a pickle with Carson Wright, and now it's Klinowski at bat. He'll look at that one inside to make the count full at 3-2. He'll go down on strikes looking on that one, and that brings up Alex Cummings, a catcher for the A's. Cummings drew a walk in his first at bat. He'll step into the right-handed batter's box. Cummings comes to Dodge City, having committed to Stanislaus State, is from Jeropa Valley, California. Bats right, throws right, listed at 6'1", 190. And with that ball, we'll even the count at 1 apiece. There's 2 outs here in the bottom of the third for the Dodge City A's. That one's delivered just outside for ball number 2. He'll get that one on the inside edge of the bat, grounded out to shortstop. That ball is thrown low for an error. So that'll go down as an E6 error. That now puts another A in scoring position to bring up Brendan O'Sullivan. is Sullivan. O'Sullivan at bat was a strikeout victim in his first appearance at the plate. He'll step in. Looking at Bonzani. Bonzani delivers that one. Fastball down the middle for strike number 1. The A's will be live streaming every game this season. You can follow us on YouTube. Go live about 10 minutes before first pitch. Sullivan will swing and miss at that one. Now down in the count 0-2. We will be back live again tomorrow evening with a non-league opponent. The A's will be playing host to a former foe, the Kansas Cannons, who are coming to town. That ball is hit just over the outstretched arms and head of Brzezowski, who's trying to make that catch, and that was enough to bring around Cummings to score, and the A's are now down 3-2 in this game. And that now brings out Kyle Morrell. It was a fly out in foul territory his last at bat. The A's are still looking for ways to make offense. Morrell will step in as a left-handed batter facing the righty Bonzani. BeeJays are just trying to get out of this one, maintain a lead. Bonzani fires in the opposite batter's box for ball number 1. So, unlike BeeJay pitching last night, who did very well with Brady Lejeune, BeeJay pitching has struggled a little bit tonight. It's the A's that have been doing well. That ball's delivered outside in the batter's box for ball number 2 as well. So like I was saying, the Kansas Cannons come to town tomorrow night. Again, 7 p.m. start. Morrell swings and misses at that one. Now 2-1 the count. 2 out here in the home half of the 3rd inning. Bonzani delivers on that one. Morrell just steps back out of the way for ball number 3. He'll swing and miss at that one. Count now full. The A's are looking to move runners over, continue scoring. Going to take the first lead of this series. And Morrell will go down on strikes, and that'll end the inning for the Dodge City A's. So there's 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, 1 left on, and it will be Brown, Hext, and Reisdorf due up for the BeeJays. You've been listening to A's Baseball.
Score is 3-2.
We are back at Cavalier Field in Dodge City. I'm Justin Hergert, and it is Jet Brown at bat for the Liberal BeeJays. 1-1 the count currently to Brown. Is Eights still dealing, fires that one in for strike number 2. There is activity down in the bullpen. Cotto is catching. I can't quite tell who it is that's warming up. We'll get that to you as soon as we can figure that out. 2-2 the count now. Brown struck out on a drop strike 3. And he will go down on strikes.
Now we're for the BeeJays, number 7, Cooper Hex.
So Brown goes down on strikes looking, and it is now Cooper Hext who is in the batter's box. Down quickly in the count, 0-1. Hext hit the solo shot down the power alley in his first at bat, and is now even the count up 1 apiece. Hext batting from the left-handed side. That little lazy fly ball out to left field, hauled in by Sandoval to record the second out of the inning.
Next up, the catcher, number 9, Chance Rifle.
That'll bring up catcher Reisdorf for the BeeJays, who was 0 for 0 so far, was hit by pitch in his first at bat. Happened right after that solo shot. He'll ground that one in the gap out into right center or right field for a hit. And that brings up Connor Westenberg. And they are going to take the courtesy runner for Reisdorf. And that will be, I believe that is Estill that is going out. Yes, that is Hunter Estill, the other catcher, going out to be the courtesy runner for the BeeJays. Eights delivers inside for ball number 1 to Westenberg, who is a strikeout victim his first at bat. That one delivered in the opposite batter's box. Now 2-0 to Westenberg. So the pitcher warming up down in the bullpen is Ethan Batista. Cummings catches that one in the outside batter's box. Quick snap down to first to check on the runner, but not in time. Cummings is going to go out and have a conversation with his pitcher, Bobby Yates. It is now 3-0 the count to Connor Westenberg for the Liberal BeeJays. That one delivered right over the plate for strike number 1. 3-1 to Westenberg. He'll swing. Healthy hack at that one. Swing and miss. Counts now full. The A's are hoping to get out of this one with no damage done. And we're in the top of the 4th. 3-2 the count to Westenberg. 2 out for the Liberal BeeJays. Eights delivers. Like might have been a changeup. He'll swing and miss over that one to end the threat. He'll go down swinging. And there is no runs on one hit, no errors, one left on. Due up for the Dodge City A's as the bottom of the order in Denbo, Ramirez, and Duran. You have been listening to A's Baseball. Welcome back to Cavalier Field in Dodge City, Kansas. I'm Justin Hergert, and it is the home opener for the Dodge City A's, and it is now the bottom of the fourth. A's trailing 3-2 in this game. Is Brock Denbo coming up to bat. Brock drew a walk in his first at bat.
Now up, the second baseman, number 23, Brock Denbo.
Sorry about that. Brock Denbo takes a 2-1 pitch, drives it down into right field for a base hit, leadoff base hit for the A's. And that will bring up Andrew Ramirez, the third baseman for the A's. Flew out in his first at bat. Popped one up foul right behind the catcher. Ramirez attempts the bunt, doesn't get it down, now down 0-1 in the count. Bonzani out in his second inning of work now, delivers that one outside for ball number 1. There is activity down in the Liberal BeeJays bullpen. Fastball delivered just to the outside for ball number 2. Ramirez laid off of that one. Looked like it could have been a strike, not called that way. Bonzani will deliver again. Fastball up high, now 3-1 to Ramirez. Reisdorf will go out and have a quick word with Bonzani. One of the things with Coach Woodruff coaching, being the only true coach that we have this year, there's a Dodge City A player that is out coaching on the base paths, and tonight that is Christian Mikado, it looks like. coaching on the first base side. Actually, I stand corrected. That is Ben Smedhammer, who is out at first base side for the A's. That fastball delivered up high will hit Ramirez in the back. The A's now have base runners at first and second after that hit by pitch. And that brings up Rubio Duran. Duran in his first attempt flew out. A short fly out into shallow right field. And Duran will see his first look at Bonzani if head coach Jim Blair does not decide to make a coaching change. He's on his way out to have a conversation with his pitcher, brings the whole infield in. So we'll see what happens after this. The bottom of the fourth here in Dodge City, and the A's in their home opener are looking to get their first win of the season. They'll break that mound visit up. So it's Ruby Duran, the right-handed batter's box for the A's. He will face Bonzani. Bonzani steps off. Does a check move out to second base, checking on Denbo. Duran shows bunt, misses on that one, takes strike number one. The A's have a runner in scoring position, no outs here in the bottom of the fourth. Duran shows bunt again, takes that one. That ball's outside for ball number one. The BeeJays maybe wearing a new uniform that we haven't seen yet. Used to the powder blue, baby blue tops that we've seen, also the camo tops. Today it's more of a split color uniform, red upper, gray lower part, blue numbers outlined in white, wearing gray pants, red belt. Duran fouled that one back for strike number two. A's wearing their yellow tops, green letters outlined in white, green hats, white pants, and green belt. Bonzani will deliver low. Evens a count at 2 apiece to Duran. Bonzani sets and delivers ball number 3 outside. Count's now full for Duran. He can be a bit selective. Bonzani struggled a little bit. We'll see what comes with this one. Got his sign. Comes set. Delivers a fastball. Oh, that one's going to drop in. Doesn't drop for a hit. It is a line out. Close enough that had Denbo been any farther out, it could have doubled up that play, but they didn't. So one out for the A's. Runner still at first and second. That'll bring back up at the top of the order with Matthew Sandoval. And head coach Jim Blair is coming back out of the dugout, going to make the call to the bullpen. We'll tell you about the pitching change here when we come back. You've been listening to A's Baseball. BeeJays have made the call to the bullpen and called in Jackson Berry. Berry comes in to take over this inning with 1 out, 2 runners on. And the BeeJays are looking to try to end this threat. A's looking to take advantage and maybe even take the lead in this game. Berry in his first pitch steps off to chase Denbo back to second base. Shows bunt. Runner goes over. Easy pickoff. So Denbo is picked off, or caught stealing rather. That one's delivered outside for ball number 1. BeeJays lead this game 3-2 so far. A's with runner in scoring position out at second. 2 outs. Delivered strike number 2. 1-2 to Sandoval. And Ramirez will go down looking on strikes. That will end the inning for the A's. We are headed to the top of the 5th inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors. 1 was left on for the A's. It will be back at the top of the order for the BeeJays and Brzezowski, Grady, and Smith when we return here at Cavalier Field. We are back at Cavalier Field. It is opening day for the A's. Headed to the top of the 5th, and the A's have called to the bullpen as well. Called in Ethan Batista. Ethan, a left-handed pitcher, actually got to help out. Also another one that helped out with a live stream last night. So now he's on the mound for the A's and will face the top of the order with the Liberal BeeJays and Gavin Brzezowski. Brzezowski so far is 0 for 1 with a ground out and a walk. Batista will deliver a fastball high for ball number 1. One and one the count so far. That one's delivered up high for ball number 2. Clouds are thickening here in Dodge City. Like I said, there is a chance of rain tonight. Hopefully we can get this game played before that occurs. Brzezowski will swing and miss at that one. Looks like we should be okay. Chances of rains don't increase until after this game should be over. 2-2 the count. He'll swing and miss and go down on strikes, and that will bring up Keaton Grady.
Oh, for the BeeJays, number 15, Keaton Grady.
Bautista deals on that one. Now 2-0 or 1-1 the count rather, sorry. Swing and miss at that one. Now 1-2. Grady so far in this game is 0 for 2. Strikeout looking both times. And Bautista is looking to send Grady out with a hat trick here. He'll go down swinging on that one for strike number 3. And that brings up Luke Smith, the shortstop, who has a fly out and a walk so far. Smith will step in to face Bautista, who's been dealing a little bit.
That was number 8, Luke Smith.
That ball delivered in low, bounces up. 1-0. Bautista delivers right down the middle. That one's driven out into right field for a base hit. And that
Next up, number 11.
brings up Tice Armstrong for the Liberal BeeJays, who has a ground out and a single. Two out so far here in the top of the 5th. Bautista delivers fastball for strike 1 to Tice Armstrong. BeeJays are trying to extend their lead, currently 3-2 over the Dodge City A's, and the A's are trying to get out of this inning and get back on offense. Score some more. That one delivered down low, throw down to second. Not in time. Close, but not in time, and that will bring head coach Chris Woodruff out, wanting an explanation. So he'll get his call, and so that'll send Cummings down to talk with his pitcher Bautista. That bang bang play, that was close. but ruled safe out at second base. We'll redo or continue this at bat. 1-1 to Tice Armstrong. One fastball delivered over the inside edge of the plate for strike number 2. Runner on second. 2 outs for the Liberal BeeJays here on the top of the 5th. The A's are trying to end this threat, get back on offense. Bautista delivers. That one's fouled off over towards the third base dugout. We'll repeat the 1-2 over again. And the A's want to thank tonight's buyout sponsor, Parker Haskins, who has done an exceptional job of supporting the Dodge City A's, and home games like this wouldn't be possible without support from our community. That ball is snagged out of the air on a diving play by Andrew Ramirez to end the inning on a line drive for the Dodge City A's. That ball was just snagged. Looked like it was going to get through the gap, but didn't. That is a bang play that almost a Sports Center top 10 could be. And after that, that will bring up Wright, Klonowski, and Cummings for the A's in the home half of the 5th. You've been listening to A's Baseball.
Leading off the bottom of the 5th, number 14, Carson Wright.
It is the bottom of the 5th here in Cavalier Field at Dodge City. As Carson Wright leading off for the A's this inning. He'll look at a fastball right over the outside edge of the plate for strike number 1. Carson, a strikeout and a single in this game, hits a ground ball up to the third base, throw over in time to retire Wright for out number 1. So Carson is retired on that bang play, and that brings up Jacob Klonowski. Jacob a single and a strikeout. He'll step in and then step back out. It is Barry that is back out in his second inning of work. We'll look at that one. Won't even pull the bat off his shoulder for strike number 1. He'll deliver that one in for strike number 2. Klonowski again didn't even pull the bat off his shoulders. So he'll go down swinging for strike number 3, and now down quickly 2 outs in this inning. And that brings up Alex Cummings, the catcher. Cummings so far a walk and an error. And that error, a sharply hit ball out to shortstop. Should have been a routine play, throw over to first. Throw was low, allowed Cummings to get on to first and then advance over to second. He'll take that one, drive it out into shallow right center field for a base hit. And the A's are working on doing damage with 2 outs. And the A's will send Michael Widener over as a courtesy runner. To replace Cummings out at first base. That will bring up Brendan O'Sullivan, who is 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a single so far. O'Sullivan will step into the right-handed batter's box to face Jackson Berry. Berry fires and delivers with a fastball, strike number 1. Berry so far in this game has thrown 12 pitches, 10 of those for strikes. Berry's been effective against the A's. He's lined up way over on the left-handed side of the rubber. Fires in for strike number 2. 1-2 the count to O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan will go down swinging on that one, and the A's go down 1-2-3. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. It is Hensley, Brown, and Hex due up for the BeeJays. When we come back, you've been listening to A's Baseball.
You got any stray dollars in your pocket? Give to the organization.
It is the top of the 6th here in Dodge City, Kansas. It is the Dodge City A's and Liberal BeeJays, and the home opener for the A's. And it is Caden Hensley at bat for the BeeJays. 1-0 the count. Ethan Batista pitching, fires that one in on the outside edge for strike number 1. Batista out in his now 2nd inning of work. Has delivered 18 pitches so far, 12 of those for strikes. Deliver up high for ball number 2. That one delivered inside, hit off the inside edge of the bat, and Carson will haul that one in. They're saying the tag was applied, and it now 1 out for the Liberal BeeJays. It is Jet Brown for the Liberal BeeJays. Brown so far 2 strikeouts. Looks at ball number 1. Again, the A's will be back in action again tomorrow night, playing host to the Kansas Cannons. Brown will take a healthy swing at that one, fouls it off. Evens the count at 1. So the A's will host the Cannons tomorrow night. And then so Brown will foul that one off over towards the batting cages for strike number 2. Pitch is delivered in high for a ball. 2-2 the count. 1 out so far for the BeeJays. Brown will foul that one off towards the third base dugout. So the A's are in action tomorrow night at home facing the Kansas Cannons. On the road Wednesday for another non-league game. Face the Great Bend Batcats in Great Bend. That one also set for 7 o'clock start, and then we'll be on the road again Tuesday. We'll face the Hayes Larks in Hayes. Again, that one also set for a 7 o'clock start. So after Brown has fouled off 2 consecutive pitches, still 2-2 the count, 1 out for the Liberal BeeJays. And the A's will face on Tuesday a familiar foe with the Hayes Larks. Hayes is a team that the A's haven't seen for a year now. Actually 2 years, counting the COVID year. Hayes Larks originally joined the Rocky Mountain League while the A's and BeeJays went to the Kansas Collegiate League. That ball delivered in down low to draw the count full. So the A's and BeeJays joined the Kansas Collegiate League. Larks went to the Rocky Mountain. These 3 former Jayhawk teams now reunited in the Rocky Mountain League. And even more importantly, the Rocky Mountain being an affiliate of the NBC with a trip to the NBC World Series on the line later in the year. Brown draws a walk to bring up Cooper Hext for the BeeJays, who hit the only home run of this game so far, the one over right center fence. And also a flyout victim to left field in his last attempt. So does Hext at bat for the BeeJays with 1 out, 1 runner on. He'll fire inside for ball number 1. There is action down in the Liberal BeeJays bullpen. So while the A's struggled last night, I'll throw over to check on Brown. The A's struggled offensively last night and have been able to keep the BeeJays in check here tonight. Currently in a tight 3-2 ball game. So for the BeeJays, 3 runs on 4 hits, 1 error committed so far. For the A's, 2 runs on 6 hits, no errors. And that ball is grounded foul up the right field line towards the BeeJays bullpen. That will even the count at 1 apiece to Cooper Hext for the BeeJays. Batista fires and delivers. That one fired inside, a high towering fly ball. Morrell, tracking backwards, was able to haul it in for out number 2. So that will bring up the catcher, Chance Reisdorf, for the BeeJays. Reisdorf in this game was hit by pitch in his first at bat, singled his last attempt. Has a runner at first. Reisdorf is trying to extend the BeeJays' lead. And the A's are trying to get back on offense. Bautista fires that ball just a little bit outside for ball number 1. Don't worry, fans. The BeeJays and A's will face off again. Most notably, the A's will travel to Liberal again. That ball delivered inside for ball number 2. Quickly, or rather, ball. Actually, that was called a strike. I apologize. But the A's will travel down to Liberal on July the 4th for the July 4th game. That ball's hit way out to left field. It bounces off the fence. Jet Brown slips a little bit as he rounds third, but will score. That is a double RBI. An RBI double for Chance Reisdorf. And that will bring up Connor Westenberg, who has been a strikeout victim in both of his at-bats. So the courtesy runner will go out for the BeeJays, and Estill so Westenberg will look at a fastball right over the plate for strike number 1. That ball delivered a little low. Now strike number 2. Westenberg, like I said, has been a strikeout victim. Looking to be issued the hat trick into strikeouts. Can we do it? And it is done. Westenberg strikes out for the 3rd time. The BeeJays have scored a run. It is Morel, Denbo, and Ramirez due up for the A's in the bottom of the 6th. You've been listening to A's Baseball. Bottom of the 6th here at Cavalier Field in Dodge City. It is a Dodge City A's at bat. A's trailing 4-2. As Kyle Morrell up at bat looks at strike number 1. The A's are trying to get back in this one. Barry fires and delivers for ball number 1. Barry out for his 3rd inning of work. The A's are trying to find a way to get on base. Morrell looks. That fastball delivered down low. 2-1. Morrell fires and delivers out in the outer batter's box. Now 3-1 to Morrell. Here in the bottom of the sixth in the Dodge City A's home opener. That one's delivered inside, and Morrell will draw a leadoff walk. That will bring up Brock Denbo. Denbo so far a walk and a single in this game. Denbo will take that one for strike number 1. Foul that fastball off for strike now down in the count 0-2. The A's have scored 2 runs in this game. That came in the 3rd inning. The BeeJays scored 3 in the 3rd, 1 in the 6th. That ball in. Knew it. Strike number 3. Denbo goes down swinging. That will bring up Andrew Ramirez. Ramirez flew out and was hit by pitch in his last at bat. He steps into the batter's box. Takes his first pitch, swings through the gap into left field. Runners at first and second with 1 out for the Dodge City A's. That will bring up the designated hitter, Ruby Duran. Duran so far a fly out and a line drive out. Both of those in the middle infield. Duran in his freshman campaign for the Dodge City Conquistadors. He fouls off first pitch he sees for strike number 1. So Duran started 2 games hitting, had 9 at-bats, scored 3 runs on 3 hits, drove in 3 with 1 stolen base, 3 strikeouts, averaging .333 in his freshman season. And Ruby will look at a fastball right on the edge of the plate for strike number 2. A's are trying to strike again with runners on first and second. Duran at the plate, 0-2 with a count. Barry fires. That one's driven down to third base. They'll take the force out at third. Throws across for the double play. And that will end the inning for the A's. Unfortunately, that double play will negate anything that the A's had going. So there was no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on for the A's. And it is back at the top of the order for the BeeJays and Brzezowski, Grady, and Smith. You've been listening to A's Baseball. The A's called to the bullpen to start the 7th inning, and Angelo Zazzarino coming in, having played his freshman season at San Joaquin Delta College. Zazzarino in limited work with 2 appearances, 1.1 inning pitched. Gave up 2 hits with 3 runs, walked 1, struck out 2, giving him a 20.25 ERA in his freshman campaign at San Joaquin Delta. And it is Brzezowski, the 1-0 the count. That one grounded up to the shortstop, fired across to Carson Wright. Carson hauls that one in to retire Brzezowski. And Wright come up, dug that one out of the turf, stretched out. Something that he struggled with a little bit during his freshman campaign with the Dodge City Conquistadors. Came up with that one to retire Brzezowski. That'll bring up Keaton Grady to the plate. Grady will look at ball number 1 down low. And Grady has been a strikeout victim in all 3 trips to the plate so far this game. So that is 2 Liberal BeeJays that have been strikeout victims in their at-bats. He'll look at that fastball inside to even the count at 1-1. Again, it is the top of the 7th here in Dodge City at the home opener. A's trailing 4-2. There's 1 out for the Liberal BeeJays. 1-1 to Grady. Zazzarino fires a swing and a miss for strike number 2. Zazzarino comes set, fires a bit high and outside to even the count at 2. A's have scored 2 runs in this game on 7 hits, not committed an error yet. BeeJays have scored 4 runs on 5 hits with 1 error so far through 6 complete innings. Grady will foul that one off. We'll repeat 2-2 over again. Zazzarino's set. Fires well inside. Grady jumps back, actually falls down. Now 3-2. That one hit off the inside part of the plate. Carson Wright will handle that one himself. That'll go down 3 unassisted for out number 2 for the Liberal BeeJays. And that brings up their shortstop, Luke Smith. A fly out, a walk, and a single so far for Smith. Zazzarino will fire that fastball right on the outside edge of the plate. Strike number 1 to Smith. Smith hitting in the 3-hole for the Liberal BeeJays. A bit of an unusual stance. Rather than sitting with the bat on his shoulder, stands with the bat straight up. About 6 inches or so away from his shoulder. He'll swing at that one for strike number 2. As you watch, Smith stepping back into the plate. Bat standing straight up. One's delivered outside, actually hits in the turf at the batter's box for ball number 1. The A's are playing with their middle infielders back right on the edge of the turf and outfield. Corners are in just a little bit. Outfield's playing pretty well straight up. Smith will fire that one, goes out to left field. Sandoval dives for it, can't get to it. Smith rounds first, going to second, rounding to third, and he will be in with a stand-up triple. Sandoval came diving in for that, going all out, trying to get to that ball. Just barely missed it. That ended up rolling clear to the fence. So Smith is now over at third with a triple. So home run and a triple for Smith now in this inning. That ball, wild pitch, just outside of Cummings' reach. And that will allow Smith to come around and score now. So it is Armstrong at bat for the Liberal BeeJays, who have now scored on a wild pitch. That one's delivered inside for ball number 2. Armstrong swings and misses at that one. Now 2-1, 2 out for the BeeJays here in the top of the 7th. Boy, am I excited for the 7th inning stretch coming up. That one delivered down low. Ball number 3. And that will be a walk as that ball is delivered outside. That will send Armstrong down to first base and bring up Caden Hensley. Hensley 0 for 3 in this ball game. A strikeout, a fielder's choice, and a ground out. So Hensley hit into that fielder's choice. He went to second for the force out. Takes his first pitch and fouls it off down the right field line. For strike number 1. Hensley down on the count 0-2. Zazarino fires. Ball delivered inside. Carson goes over. Fields flips over to his pitcher Zazarino, who tags a bag for the out, and that will end the inning on the 3-1 ground out. It is stretch time in Dodge City. It is the top of the order due up for the A's in Sandoval, Wright, and Klinovsky. You've been listening to A's Baseball.
too late to buy any raffle tickets? Somebody where? What?
Yellow for the A's, number 14, Carson Wright.
It is the bottom of the 7th for the Dodge City A's here in Cavalier Field in Dodge City. And it is Matthew Sandoval leading off for the A's in the the BeeJays have also made a call to the bullpen and brought in Sean Brady. Brady has made quick work now of 2 Dodge City A's.
Now batting number 8, Jacob Kowski.
And it is Klinovsky at bat, looks at strike number 1. So Sandoval took strike number 1 and then popped out to the third baseman. And then Carson Wright grounds out to the third baseman. And it is now 1-2 to Klinovsky. So the A's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Klinovsky at bat. A single and 2 strikeouts so far. Now strikeout number 3, and Klinovsky did not like that one. He turns around and looks at the ump in disbelief, but the A's go down 1-2-3. We'll be back with the top of the 8th inning. You've been listening to A's Baseball.
All right. The winner of $177 is ticket number 742714. 742714. Please come up to the press box to collect your winnings. And the winner of $177 tonight is Pat Muschetol.
Back here at Cavalier Field, I'm Justin Hergert, live with the Dodge City A's. It is home opener in the top of the 8th. And the Liberal BeeJays will send Jet Brown to the plate. 2 strikeouts and a walk for him tonight. It is Zazarino back out for his 2nd inning of work. Oh, and 1 to Brown. And the A's pitchers tonight. One and one to Brown. The A's pitching staff has combined for 10 strikeouts, 6 hits, and 4 walks so far. Yes. That strike delivered inside will even the count at 2. That one delivered high and inside rather. Will bring the count full. Full count for Brown. Ball inside low will give Brown the leadoff walk. And that will bring Cooper Hext to the plate. Hext with a home run, fly out, and a fly out. He'll foul that one off. Oh, and 1 to Hext after the foul ball. Zazarino delivers a fastball outside to even the count at 1 apiece. There is action down in the BeeJays bullpen once again. Actually, 2 pitchers warming up. No action currently for the A's. Here in the top of the 8th. That one delivered outside for ball number 2. Zazarino works from the first base side of the rubber. Comes set and delivers. That one delivered right over the edge of the plate. Strike number 2. Zazarino, teammate of Brendan O'Sullivan, who's in the lineup tonight for the A's, delivers that one low and outside for ball 3 to bring the count full. Several players from San Joaquin Delta on this team. That one's fly out into shallow right center field for a hit. Move runners over to first and second now for the BeeJays. That'll bring up the catcher Rice door for the BeeJays, who has been hit by pitch, singled, and doubled in this game. The A's trailing 5-2 here in the top of the 8th. No outs. And there is now action headed down towards the bullpen for the Dodge City A's. The BeeJays have scored 5 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. The A's 2 runs on 7 hits, no errors so far in this game. Zazarino has his sign and comes set. Checks over at second. Fires in a fastball for strike number 1. Pace of the game slowed down just a little bit. Zazarino being a little more structured about his delivery. Fires in low for ball number 1. Those of you following along on YouTube, we thank you. Following along with Dodge City A's. You follow us all season. Oh, Zazarino fires in, and that will hit Reisdorf in the back. He's not happy about it as he trots down to first base. We'll see if they put Estelle on as a courtesy runner for Reisdorf. Currently, they're not looking like it, but that is now bases loaded with no outs for the BeeJays and a pinch hitter coming in for the BeeJays. So after the hit by pitch, they will now substitute Brett Atkinson for Connor Westenberg. We'll see if Atkinson will go to center field or if they will make other defensive changes for the BeeJays. Coach Woodruff's going to go out and have a chat with his infield, likely to give time for the pitcher to warm up. We'll tell you who that is as soon as we can identify who went down there. I believe it's Tyler Cotto went down out to the bullpen for the A's. Coach Woodruff out having a chat with his players, likely tell them relax and settle down. So it's bases loaded for the BeeJays, no one out so far. The BeeJays have made a substitution. They did not pull a courtesy runner in for Reisdorf. So it is Reisdorf at first, Hext at second, Brown at third, no out for the BeeJays. BeeJays leading 5-2 here in the top of the 8th from Dodge City. So Atkinson will step into the left-handed batter's box. Atkinson did play in the game last night at Liberal, and Zazarino fires low for ball number 1. So in the game last night at Liberal, Atkinson hit in the 8-hole, struck out, flew out, walked on, and hit a double. 1-1 the count to Atkinson. Fired outside for ball number 2. Zazarino struggling with command. And the A's are trying to get out of this with limited or no damage. Call down to the bullpen. Looks like they're ready. And Atkinson will foul that one off to even the count at 2. The A's are trying to compete. Down in this game, 5-2. Looking for ways to claw their way back in. Even this series with the BeeJays. Zazarino fires in low for ball number 3. So, the A's have pulled the infield in. And you can almost bet that there will be movement on the pitch. 3-2 the count, bases loaded. Zazarino is set. Fires down low and will walk a run in to extend the BeeJays lead now 6-2. Brown comes in on the RBI walk, and that will bring up Gavin Brzezowski back at the top of the order for the BeeJays. And Coach Woodruff is out of the dugout. We will be making a call to the bullpen. We'll tell you about this Dodge City call to the bullpen when we come back after this short timeout. You've been listening to A's Baseball.
Mark, are you writing for the boat? Do you want me to send you our nightly stats?
Please.
What do you want me to send them to?
I can email. I can email you my. I still have your email address. I can email you my number.
Okay, that'll work.
I'll email you as soon as I get home.
Okay, send that to me and I'll start, because I'll email them out of high school.
Okay. Thank you.
Grass look nice out there. Only imagine. Yeah.
A's have called to the bullpen, and Tyler Cotto in his appearance played in the game last night, comes to the Dodge City A's from Austin Pay as a junior at Austin Pay, just completed his junior campaign. Not really any pitching stats that I pulled, so to say. Cotto now on the mound for the A's will face the top of the order of the BeeJays in Gavin Brzezowski. Bases loaded for the BeeJays, no outs. One has already come in and scored. Cotto fires low for ball one. That ball is lined out to left field. Sandoval diving again. It gets by him. 2 runs will score. And coach holding up the stop sign to stop Atkinson at third. So the BeeJays extend their lead yet again. On an RBI double. Count 1-0 to Keaton Grady. Still no out for the Liberal BeeJays. A's are trying to stay out of the big inning. That ball fly out to left field is caught. Go down as a sacrifice fly. And that will bring up Luke Smith, 2 for 3 in this game with a fly out, a walk, a single, and a triple. One out for the BeeJays. Have scored 4 so far here in the top of the 8th. BeeJays leading 9-2. Currently 1-0 to Luke Smith. Cotto looking in. The right-hander works from the first base side of the rubber. Fires, swung over top by Smith for strike number 1. That ball fired inside. Gets by the catcher a little bit. Not enough to advance runners. 2-1 the count to Luke Smith. So Tyler Cotto pitching for the A's tonight. Made, looks like 2 appearances for Austin Peay. 1 inning pitch, 2 hits, 4 runs. Walked 2, struck out 2. So now it's 3-1 to Luke Smith. So all of the runners that were accounted to Zazarino have now come around and scored. And Brzezowski out at second base for the BeeJays will be credited to Cotto. 1 out so far, 3-1. That one's fired inside, will be a walk. And that will bring up Tice Armstrong for the BeeJays. Armstrong 1 for 3 in this game. Tyler Cotto, traditionally a catcher, did most of his work at Austin Peay as a catcher. Worked last night in the Dodge City A's lineup. As a designated hitter and has Tice Armstrong now down in the count 0-2. Armstrong will go down swinging for out number 2 for the BeeJays, and that brings up Hensley. Hensley, 2 strikeouts, well, rather 1 strikeout, 2 ground outs. Cotto fires low and in outside for ball number 1. Two and 0 the count for Hensley. And the A's face the Cannons tomorrow night. First pitch set for 7 p.m. right here at Cavalier Field. And the A's are back on the road Monday. So we travel to Hayes, America. And then on the road again Tuesday to go to Great Bend for the Great Bend Batcats. 2-1 to Hensley. That ball fired inside low or outside low. 3-1. 1 runner out at second. 2 outs for the BeeJays here in the top of the 8th. BeeJays leading 9-2. Cotto fires. Little up towards the outside edge of the plate. Nonetheless, strike number 2, full count. Cotto fires. Swing and a miss, and it will go down on strikes. Second strikeout for Hensley tonight, and it will be the middle of the order, and Cummings, O'Sullivan, and Morrill due up for the A's. You've been listening to A's Baseball.
Screw necks, hoodies, and youth apparel. They also have red and blue gear for those that support the Dodge City A's youth program. Also, please make sure you go down at the edge of the stands here and visit the store that's right down here. Get your gear here today. Do they have Daisy Duke? Batting for the A's, number 18, Alex Cummings.
Welcome back to Cavalier Field in Dodge City, and it is the bottom of the 8th with the A's coming to bat with Alex Cummings. And defensive changes for the BeeJays. They have called to the bullpen and brought in Hunter Estill, who has been a courtesy runner in this game, now pitching for the BeeJays, and it is 3-1 to Alex Cummings. Still more activity down in the BeeJays. The A's down in this game 9-2. Cummings fouls that one back. And the A's are looking for ways to manufacture runs, try to get back in this game. Estill for the BeeJays from Weatherford College delivers ball 4 for a leadoff walk to Alex Cummings. And that will bring up Brennan O'Sullivan, who is 1 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a single. And the A's will send Michael Widener over as a courtesy runner for Alex Cummings.
Next up for the A's, number 9, Brendan O'Sullivan.
Sullivan will step in, face a right-handed Estill. Estill will throw down to first. Ball gets away, but not far enough to allow Widener to advance over. Widener will hold up at first. O'Sullivan's still looking for a first pitch from Estill. Estill fires. Fastball right down the middle. Little high, but strike number one. The BeeJays pitching staff so far has combined so it's 2-1. The count. Reisdorf goes out to have a conversation with Estill. Break that up. The BeeJays pitching staff has gone through now. A fifth pitcher for the BeeJays has delivered now ball 3. Struck out 9. Walked 4. We'll deliver that one for a strike to bring the count full. Widener over at first. That one's delivered high and inside. Ball number 4. The second walk of this inning. And that will bring up Kyle Morrell. Morrell with a fly out, a strikeout, and a walk so far in this game. And the BeeJays do have another pitcher warming up. Estill fires outside and high for ball number 1. Estill so far has thrown 13 pitches in this inning, 4 for strikes. Estill struggled a little bit on the mound. Fires and delivers that one high for ball number 2. Ball 3 delivered outside. And Morrell can be selective now. 3-0. No out. 2 runners on. Widener at second. Sullivan at first. That one's fired. Ball number 4. Reisdorf fires down to third. And that will bring out head coach Jim Blair for the BeeJays. And you can only imagine that Estill's time on the mound is probably done. The entire infield will come in. Reisdorf had a few signs for the third baseman after he threw down. Blair's going to leave Estill in the game. His base is loaded for the Dodge City A's with no out here in the bottom of the 8th. A's trailing 9-2 so far. And Brock Denbo coming to the plate. Denbo so far in this game 1 for 2. A walk, a single, and a strikeout. He'll step in. Denbo was erased off the base paths after that single. Was caught in a rundown over at third. Wasn't even close. That one delivered ball inside. 1-0. Bases loaded. Ball delivered down low. Gets past the catcher Reisdorf, but not far enough to allow advancement of the runners. 2-0 so far. Again, no out. Bases loaded. So it's Widener at first or third, O'Sullivan at second, Morell at third, and all of those runners are on because of a walk. It is now 2-0 to Denbo. Denbo swings and misses at that ball on the inside edge of the plate. Strike one. So the BeeJays playing with left and right fielders set out deep. Center field is pulled in. Denbo fouls that one straight back to even the count at 2. BeeJays have elected to pull their right fielder nearly all the way out to the warning track. Not sure why they have him playing that deep. Now would be a really great time to hit a gap. Swing and a miss, and Denbo will go down on strikes. So that will bring up Andrew Ramirez. Ramirez 1 for 2, a fly out, hit by pitch, and a single. Bases loaded with 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th for the A's. Ball 1 down low to Ramirez. BeeJays have their middle infield out at double play depth. Corners are holding. Ramirez pops that one up. Infield giving chase. So that will go down as a double play. Ramirez pops up into shallow center field. So the inning is over for the A's. We are headed to the top of the 9th. You've been listening to A's Baseball. It is the top of the ninth. The home opener for the Dodge City A's here at Cavalier Field. Jet Brown leading off for the Liberal BeeJays. He'll take that one down low for ball number 1. BeeJays leading this game 9-2. And fired in for a strike. BeeJays 9 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, 8 left on. Grounds that one up to the shortstop. O'Sullivan fires over to Carson Wright, digs it up. 4 out, number 1. So that will bring up Cooper Hext for the BeeJays. The A's in this game have scored 2 runs on 7 hits, no errors, left 9 on base. Cotto out for his second inning of work. Fires outside for ball number 1. And this is Cotto's game to finish. There's no one down in the bullpen. Fires for ball number 2. It's fired in low at the feet for ball number 3. A's are just trying to get this one back to the bottom of the 9th and try to cut into that lead to either extend this game or maybe even go and win it. It's not impossible. You've seen other things. But Hex draws a walk, and that will bring up the catcher, Reisdorf, for the BeeJays. Reisdorf 2 for 2. Hit by pitch twice. That ball down low will allow Hext over to second. One and 0 to Reisdorf. Cotto fires inside. Reisdorf flinches. Ball number 2. Again, the A's will be back in action tomorrow night right here at Cavalier Field as we play host to a non-league game, the Kansas Cannons, as Reisdorf swings and misses for strike number 1. First pitch set for 7 p.m. will be live on YouTube about 10 minutes before. Get to hear from head coach Chris Woodruff once again as we talk about these last 2 games, the home openers, and what the season has in store for the A's. Reisdorf looks at strike number 2 on the inside edge. They're 1 away so far here in the top of the 9th. Cotto fires. Reisdorf swings around. He did go around. He'll go down on strikes. So that will bring up Brett Atkinson. Atkinson drew a walk in his first at bat after substitution. And he will look at a strike on a fastball down low. Cotto turns around to look at Hext, who's dancing around out at second base. Fire fastball inside for strike number 2. Cotto fires in 1-2 to Atkinson. 2 out so far for the BeeJays here in the top of the 9th. It is the A's trying to get to bat and get something going and cut into this lead. Cotto fires in down low for ball number 2. 2-2 the count, 2 out for the BeeJays. Atkinson wanting to try to extend this inning. Cotto fires, Atkinson swings and misses and will go down on strikes. And we are headed to the bottom of the 9th. It is Duran, Sandoval, and Wright due up for the A's. You've been listening to A's Baseball. Bottom of the 9th here at Cavalier Field in Dodge City. Then the BeeJays have gone to the bullpen once again and called in Luke Barbier. Barbier coming in from Nichols State. Looking to close out this inning. Send the BeeJays back to Liberal with a win. And we have a pinch hitter coming in for the A's. It's no longer Ruby Duran. It is actually pitcher Tyler Cotto. So Cotto pinch hitting for Duran. He's fouled one off. And looks at strike number 2 over the inside edge of the plate. So Cotto froze on that one and will take strike 3 looking for out number 1. That will bring in Matt Sandoval. Sandoval playing left field, 1 for 4, 2 flyouts, a single, and a strikeout. Looks at strike 1, a fastball over the inside edge of the plate. Barbier fires another fastball over the outside edge this time for ball number 1. Swing and a miss on that one for strike number 2, and the A's are now down to their last 2 outs. Barbier fires. That one hits down low, bounced off of Reisdorf. He's up walking around. That will even the count at 2-2. Reisdorf has now caught both games in this early season for the BeeJays. And he takes that one, frames it well for strike 3 looking, and the A's are down to their final out. And Carson Wright coming in. Wright 1 for 4. A strikeout, a single, and 2 groundouts. Barbier fires again. Has great command of that. Right. Swings and misses and is down to his final strike. Hoping to extend this game. RBA fires inside, ball number 1. The BeeJays will take this one after Barbier strikes out. Carson Wright looking. And that will end this game. The BeeJays take game number 2 of the season, 9-2 over the A's. The A's fall to 0-2. A's struggled offensively yet again, trying to find ways to get the bats going. The big number in this game, A's and BeeJays both strand 9. 9 runners stranded. However, you look back at the stats, the BeeJays pitching staff just took it to the A's tonight. So the BeeJays pitching staff combined with 6 pitchers to strike out looking 8 times, strike out swinging 5 times. They allowed 7 hits, walked 6. And hit 1. So the BeeJays pitching staff combined with a great performance tonight as the A's drop this one 9-2. Again, the A's will be back in action tomorrow night. 7 p.m. first pitch as they face non-league opponent, the Kansas Cannons. We'll be back on the air again at 6:50 with pregame. We will see you again tomorrow night. Again, we would like to thank tonight's sponsor, Parker Haskins, for their awesome support of the Dodge City A's. It's been joy so far. And I will say so long and good night from Cavalier Field. We'll see you again tomorrow. Again, A's dropped this one 9-2 against the Liberal BeeJays. We'll see you tomorrow night.